Many years ago, when my mom passed away, 5 different women told my dad that she was the best friend they ever had in their life. And one of those women, my mom didn't care for all that much. You see, my mom had the ability to draw people to her. She was one of those people that people wanted to be around, and she always took an interest in people. She could tell a great story, and she was able to transform that social connection into business relationships. My mom became a realtor later in life, and while she was going through real estate school, one of our neighbors made the decision to sell their house and downsize, but they didn't tell anybody, and they waited for 6 months until she got her real estate license, at which time, on the day she graduated, they were her first client. How many people do you know who would wait months to list their house for sale just so that they could give you the business? That is a friendship that is an uncommon connection. We live in a world where we know more people than ever. Through social media, we can be connected with hundreds or thousands of people. As I talk to people about their use of LinkedIn, I ask them, how many connections do you have? And it's not uncommon that people have well over 500 into the multi-thousands of connections on LinkedIn. But when I ask them, how many of these people have you cultivated a long-term and mutually beneficial relationship with, where they are committed to your success and vice versa? People often have to think about that, and they normally can name 1, 2, or if they're fortunate, 3 people who fall into this category. But most people will admit that most of the people they're connected to in social media, they barely know. These are just common connections that people have made over the years. They've just accepted the invites or sent invites to people who might be interesting, but they've never done anything with that relationship. And common relationships are fine, but the power really comes on when we can have these uncommon connections where everyone succeeds because of it. A like, a link, a share, or a follow is not a relationship. Plus, let's look what has happened a lot in the last few years. And that is when we use LinkedIn, so many strangers send us friend requests. And as soon as we accept it, they're in our direct message feed box with a sales pitch that is telling us that they can 10x our business, make us more successful, et cetera, et cetera. They're not trying to build a relationship. They're trying to separate you from your money. So cold sales pitches are not the same as being able to have these types of relationships where people are watching out for each other, making referrals, and giving each other that so much needed booster shot of confidence that we all need from time to time. Let's face it, we've learned in the last year that content at conferences can be delivered successfully through virtual settings like this. And that's awesome. However, for most people, the in-person connection, that human-to-human touch, that ability to network, those serendipitous hallway conversations that happen at conferences, that's where the real magic of people happens. And that is why so many people are so excited to get back into attending networking events and industry conferences, because it's those in-person conversations that we have with people, whether it's around a table, at lunch, or just in the bar late at night at the hotel. That's where we really start to get to the power of live meetings in associations. So when I speak at conferences, I'm known as the conference catalyst. And what that means is I help transform the networking at that event from just a happenstance thing that might happen at the cocktail party to an actual focus on a culture of connection that goes on for multiple days on site and beyond. You see, I think that when people are given permission to really make those connections, they will open up, whether they're an introvert. So they stand around and they wait, but that can be opportunity lost. I share a lot of tips for people on how to start a conversation and just how to make it fun, even if they're a little bit trepidatious. And as we get back to live events, there are going to be a lot of people who are socially anxious. They've done studies where they've looked at people who've gone to the space station or traversed Antarctica or have been in solitary confinement. And they realize that when they emerge back into society, it sometimes takes them a while to do that. So I want to help your association make sure that your first in-person events are more engaging and more fun and have awesome networking. I'd love to chat with you. You can find more about me at tomsinger.com.